instructions. Thank you.
This story is about a baby named Oz. This is the 99.9% truth about Oz. On a dry summer day in Southern California, old Oz was born. In fact, it was so dry that his mommy and papa just plumb dried up. Oz's hands dried up so much that he thought they were raisins. They were so hard, his teeth popped out. Next, he got up and walked outside. Because his hands were so sore from biting, he couldn't crawl. Once outside, I saw a redwood tree. He used his hands to carve a hole big enough for him to live in. He didn't know what to do with the wood chips, though, so he thought for a while. He got the idea to put butter and salt on them. After letting it sit for a while, he ate all 92 pounds of wood chips. Now, if you ate 5 pounds of wood chips, I'm sure you'd get sleepy. So, little old Oz went to sleep in the hollow tree for about 3 days. On the morning of the 3rd day, he awoke. He had a hard time getting out of his home because he now weighed 260 pounds and stood 6'3". After getting out of the tree, Oz got up and headed south. In a day or so, he found what people call the Pacific.
My body lies over the ocean. My body lies over the sea.
I saw a couple of big wooden things sailing to and fro, so he went to say hello. Boy, were those guys frightened. The captain was so frightened that he jumped overboard. The crew followed likewise. Oz didn't know what anything was on this masterfully carved tree. He saw a wheel which he turned around and around until he fell over dizzy. Next, he discovered the wood under his feet and bent down to touch it. He looked over the deck and saw several gray fins swimming in circles. Oz reached down to pet them and was surprised to see the fins turn into sharp teeth around his hand. The sharp-toothed creature spit his hand out and swam away as fast as he could. Then Oz saw a couple potatoes which he cut with a sharp piece of metal. Next, he saw a patch of grease that he threw onto the potatoes. Wiping his brow with his hand, he threw his sweat onto the potatoes. When he heard something in the distance, he looked up. It was the most feared pirate of the sea, Blackbeard. Upon seeing Oz, Blackbeard quivered in fear and threw all his gold and valuables onto Oz's ship. Blackbeard then jumped into the sea, never to be heard of again. Oz didn't know what to do with this shiny stuff, so he threw it overboard. Oz had worked up quite an appetite, so he ate his potato chips. They weren't half bad, so he wrote down the recipe. It's a good thing that hand lotion wasn't invented at the time, or who knows what this world would be like without potato chips. By the way, he also invented hot dogs, but that's the only credit he gets to his name.